So great, Ashish. So this is the second time that we're doing this, and I can already see a lot of excitement around it. And I'm sure there's
Yes.
a lot that's going to happen.
Yeah. So if people are watching on the Facebook, I would like to say that this is with this is a presentation where we'll like to take you through how to quickly create business growth, and this is in partnership with eGrowth, and eGrowth is Atul's company, and he's the founder of eGrowth, and so basically we've been collaborating to put this together, and basically one of the stats, if Atul I can show you, you'll be very very happy.
Right.
If there was something like a direct response marketing thing, and then this is the page that we created, right?
Uh-huh.
And we wanted to optimize it, basically change the photographs and everything for people watching, but we didn't do that. And there's a simple reason we didn't do it. Let me just show you why. And probably you'll be very happy to see it. And I'm also, let me just tell you, very, very excited to show it to you.
Right.
I'm taking you through my Chrome screen, basically. And this is the backend, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is the, I hope you can see the Chrome screen, right? I mean, the backend. And we're very, very happy that the people who come to the site, okay, people who come to the web page,
yeah,
in terms of the statistics,
uh-huh.
just trying to show you the statistics. This is May 22, right?
Right.
The day of the previous one.
Yes.
80% of people who came to the page have opted in, give or take.
Wow.
So this is exciting to us,
Uh-huh.
and so I hope that people see that there's something that we are also drinking our own Kool-Aid, and we've been pretty successful at what we do.
Yeah.
So this is a thing that I would want to share, and this is as they would call it, zero cost marketing. Though I do not believe in it, but we've done a lot of paid marketing beforehand, and I'm sure you put together a lot of data before, and that allows you to sort of bring it to this level, and so on and so forth. Cool. And what can I tell you? Awesome. So there's something that I would want you to see, and there's something which I would want not you to see. Okay, so let me stop this and come back to the presentation again.
So, Ashish,
I'm becoming good. Thanks to you.
Ashish, I just shared the Facebook link with you on WhatsApp. You might ask somebody from your office to share it on your the 10x page on Facebook as well.
Okay, so that can be arranged. That should be arranged. Let me do that. Let me have it. So webinar link for, and this is the going live, so I can put it live on my pages. In fact, there's a way to put live on 9 pages together. So let me see if I can do that as well, or I can get that done as well.
Fantastic, 9 pages.
Whew.
But that's a great hack. You could give it to me offline.
We have different 9 pages. So basically, in one go. Okay. Okay. Let it happen, and then are there more people in? How do I have it? And this is peswellpg@yahoo.co.in. I think he may be on mute right now or something.
He's on mute, yeah.
Hello, myself Praveen Gupta this side.
Hi Praveen, how are you doing?
I am fine, thank you.
Yeah, Praveen, where are you from?
I am from Delhi.
Okay, and what business are you in?
I'm running a yes, I am having a factory in Bhavana industrial area.
Wow.
And we make plastic components for we make plastic components for faucets.
Okay.
Tap parts.
Okay, that's interesting. And if you may ask, where did you get to hear of us from?
I received an email from your end.
All right, that's nice. And So where do you want to use this? So then maybe Ashish can be more focused towards how to support you on this.
I just wanted to gain knowledge from about this because I am into that business where we usually have the OEM to many companies. Like we deal with Roca, Sierra,
Okay.
Jaguar, all these
Mhm.
companies. We supply to them.
All
I
right.
just wanted to increase my knowledge. What basically you are teaching?
Fantastic. Awesome. So Ashish, he's the one who will take us through the presentation. He is a
Okay,
master in sales and marketing, rather. All right.
okay,
And
okay,
though a large part of his career has been into sales with some of the largest brands that you can think of, he has
okay,
mastered the marketing, the online marketing piece. That is what he'll take us through today.
okay. Online marketing. That's okay.
Yes, online marketing.
Okay,
And
maybe
he will
we
also
have.
take us through some of the case studies of how actually it is being done. All right. So
Okay,
what happens is for us, I'm also in the same boat as you are.
okay,
Look at online marketing as Facebook or maybe LinkedIn. We create a post and that's the end of the story. But there's a
okay,
complete science and a complete engineering which goes behind that.
okay,
So today Ashish will give us a sneak preview of that, and he's got a
okay.
complete team who help entrepreneurs in doing this.
I understand.
Yeah. Ashish, you want to add something here?
No, great. Yeah. So it's good to see, that you would like to, go through this and, probably a lot of traditional businesses are the one that are in position to take the most advantage of what you call digital. And
Okay,
this last 2 months would have shown you especially and a lot of people that how handy if you get into something like Zoom can become. And I'm sure this is not going to be your first webinar.
yeah.
So uh, we would want to show you how a lot of what do you call a lot of there's a lot of hue and there's a lot of mystery around digital marketing essentially, and how do you plug it into your business. And a lot of B2B players think that okay, this is only thing you can sell is some small e-commerce type products, while there is a lot of opportunity to reach out to your target market and
Okay,
essentially get them to call you up. So your sales process can be I'll show you a lot of stuff. So your sales process essentially is meeting a client, and it's a B2B, so you would have to speak to them a lot. But
yes.
I'm wondering how many of people you would have lost in terms of not reaching out to them, not connecting with them, and so on and so forth. So
Okay,
this is what I'm trying to show you, that you can use, let's say, online platforms and leverage them to grow your business. And
okay,
I'll try and show a complete case study from start to finish, but you can pick up the stuff that is most relevant to you.
okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So I think with this, there are about 3 to 4 minutes. So I'm just trying to wait around for this much time, and let's see how it goes.
Okay.
Cool.
So Gupta ji, are you using any online intervention so far?
No,
Do
nothing.
you have a website?
Yes, we have.
Okay. And I'm sure that would be a very basic website, right?
Yeah, it's a very basic website.
Mm-hmm. Are you into exports?
No, we import the products from China.
Okay. So why I was asking this is whether you're into exports or not. See, there are a couple of, so right now, one of the studies and one of the facts is that the global industry is moving towards India,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah,
India is likely to become a hub for manufacturing. It is
I
already
understand.
a hub, but it's going to go up the ranks.
No, it is not a hub as such.
Okay.
It is only much that we are a hub. We are not.
Okay.
if you see the studies related to garments,
Right.
most of our business is shifted to these South Asian countries like Cambodia, this Thailand,
Right.
Bangladesh,
Right.
these small countries, Vietnam.
Right.
Also, if we see our industry,
Mm-hmm.
where I belongs to,
Right.
our industry, most of the items either they made in Thailand or in China. We don't have only apart from Jaguar, we don't have even a single brand which we can say is a universal brand. Of course, Roca is there, but
Mm-hmm.
that is their subsidiary,
Mm.
and they make very few ranges here in India, which is their world level products. So is
Right.
Kohler.
Right.
So, in my opinion, very small part of the world. If you compare our country with China, we are nowhere near to China as far as manufacturing is concerned.
Fair enough.
That too is on a on that is on the I'm telling about MSME level.
Mm-hmm. Very understandable. So let me give you some industries where there has been some progress.
Okay,
If you look at automotive, okay,
I understand. Hmm.
uh, Suzuki is a net exporter out of India.
I understand.
Hyundai is a net exporter out of India. Okay. We look at organizations like Volvo, they are
Hmm.
exporters out of India. Okay. So
Hmm.
as an industry, automotive is something which has started looking at India seriously,
Okay.
especially after tsunami when Honda plant in Thailand got shut down.
Hmm.
That was the time when they started looking at alternates.
Okay.
All right, that's one piece. Second, if you look
Yes,
at pharma, in pharma, India has gained a lot during this lockdown,
I understand. Yeah.
right? Let us look at bicycles. India is a net exporter. Okay, so there are certain categories where we've got some niches and we are
Yes. Yes.
building on them.
Very
All
true.
right. And having said that, I do understand there is a lot of catch up to be done. All what I'm saying is now the world has risen to the fact that we need an alternate.
Okay.
Okay.
Good, sir. So we would love to carry this, and
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we'll wait another 2 minutes before I think we got one more person, and so we'll wait another
Definitely.
2 minutes,
We've got Mr. Sanjay Sharda who's there. Yeah,
and then let's see how it goes. And I'm
absolutely.
trying to round up the people as well here.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
issue.
yeah,
No
yeah,
issue.
yeah. So, hi Sanjay, would you like to share where are you from and what business are you in?
Yeah, hi, I am Sanjay Sarda. I am a strategic advisor and business management consultant, and I work with MSMEs as a virtual CEO and for large companies and listed companies as an independent director.
And which city are you from?
I'm base office is in Akola, Maharashtra. Mostly client base is in Mumbai area.
Okay, that's nice. So Akola has a lot of agricultural output, right? So BD is also in that area, and a lot of pulses are grown there, right?
Yes, pulses is a major output here.
Yeah.
So around 20% industries are focused around pulses.
Uh-huh. All right, that's nice. So how did you hear about us from?
I think we'll just give it another 2 minutes now.
Yeah,
That
definitely,
we're
yeah.
reaching deadline. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. All right. So. Cool. I think I also have some of my team members joining in.
Yeah. So Gupta ji, have you started manufacturing now? Has your factory
Yes,
started? Okay, great.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Almost a week now.
Okay. Tomorrow we have a very interesting panel discussion, morning 9:30, which is about work from home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think
Actually, in my
let's.
business,
Yes,
Yeah.
go ahead.
okay. Yeah, you can start. You can start.
No, please go ahead. We have time. We have a little bit of time here.
Actually, in my business, it is not possible to do business from home. We are basically, I told you, we are the OEM to companies. So we have certain drawings and we make components as per their demand.
Absolutely. But still, your admin officers, admin staff would have
Yes, yeah,
started
they
working from
can,
home, right?
yeah, yeah, yes, they can.
Yeah. So what happens is, even Sanjay would agree to that. That especially in the work from home scenario, how do you ensure the productivity? Normal routine,
Yeah,
we would not even have the infrastructure for that.
of
But yes,
course.
we'll not get into that conversation right now, because now this conversation is for another purpose.
Yeah,
Ashish, I think let us start. It's already 6:05.
All right, great. So, guys, with this limited attendance, I think I'll try and keep the session very, very meaningful, and then I'll basically try and show you something which probably is more relevant to you. And let's begin, and let me just start to share something. Okay, let me share my screen. There you go. Awesome. There you go. Awesome. So basically what we want to talk about is a start to finish framework to design, launch, and scale your business in about 3 to 18 months so that you can dominate your market and live a great lifestyle without overwhelm and loss. So this is essentially what we would want to cover. And I would want to basically show you how to quickly, create business growth to achieve your dreams and achieve your dream lifestyle without having this overwhelm and fear which sort of developed in the lockdown. And my goal is essentially that if you have a successful business, if you have currently what you call, you have a business which you believe is going to continue and grow, then how you can scale and grow it faster. And then if you do not have a successful business, then how I can show you uh, what do you call how to create a business out of figuring out an opportunity. And if you stay till the end, I would like to show you my master framework, which I've created. I think my total investment just to put it together will be around 25-30 lakhs in just putting the whole education of it together. And basically, how do you, and the time spent in putting it together, I hope that when you see through the webinar, you'll see some of it, but I'll show you my master framework as well, at the end. Awesome. So what makes it different is that I have tried to do a lot of different things. I was a sales guy and so on and so forth, but I never wanted to be an engineer, and my mom and dad pushed me into becoming an engineer. As I said, I always wanted to connect with people. Hence, I did what you call cold calling right after first year of my college. I used to sell door to door. And then as I said, I did some cold calling. I basically worked at call centers, and I read a lot of books, about over 1,000, books on sales and persuasion. And I think I still, given a time, I would choose rather to learn than to sort of earn in a certain sense. And however, I believe there has to be a if you have a good knowledge, I think you should create value with it. And I think that's what is more attractive to me. That is that I can create value for the businesses, for the clients that I work with. So I was stuck up with a job, which is for around 4.5 years. This was with American Express. And I always dreamt of starting an online business because I knew that online is going to catch up and I wanted to learn and so on and so forth. So I learned, invested time, money, trials, experiments, and I sort of, reached where I am right now. And having said that, for the last 4 years, I've served across the world from Europe to Southeast Asia to Israel to US and back home in India as well. And our clients are usually CMOs or chief technology officers or CEOs or business owners as well. And they are from one of the most prestigious schools anywhere in the world. And then we've spoken with them, we've added value, we did sales and marketing for a lot of clients. And these are some of the companies that I've worked with, and I've basically done their marketing, ran their email marketing, ran their digital marketing, and so on and so forth. And this is one of the slides that I want to share with you. This is who I am. I believe that each of the entrepreneur in this room or otherwise uh, needs to find his sequence of success or in framework. So if you figure out your sequence of success, that's what's going to make you a winner. And I believe in dreaming big, and I see myself more as a designer than a business guy, because I believe we design businesses and then sort of launch them and then grow them. And I would want to dominate the market or the niche that we are part of or that we created for ourselves. So we want to dominate that category, and we basically stay focused on what's changing around, what's new, and sort of adapt to it. And of course, I would never want to give up, and I believe I'm a winner in terms of as long as I refuse to give up. And I always believe that I'm one sequence away from huge success. All right. My name is Ashish Kapoor, and one of the things that I want to tell you is why you should listen to me for just few things. Not that I've spent hours and hours and like 1,000 plus or maybe 5, 7 or maybe 12,000 hours, but this is why you should listen to me. I've got into Harvard, which is one of the most prestigious schools. I left it or dropped out of it because I believe that I had the winning combination to take my business forward. I formed an agency. In 1 year, we scaled to about 8.23 lakhs a month. And then I've served at about, these two companies as vice president sales. So I understand selling. These companies are now over 6,000 crore each. And I grew them about 5 to 6x in my time with them. I've been market head with American Express. I was a pan-India #1 sales manager, then a market head, and so on and so forth. And I've invested personally a lot of money, a lot of energy into all these best marketers. And I'm very proud that I stand on the shoulders of these giants. And I've consulted these companies such as Snapdeal or Yatra, and these are well-known household names, essentially. And that's why I believe I've earned a little bit right to say this or do this webinar for you, right? I hope that you get a lot of value. And needless to say, I have done a lot of things right, but I've also done a lot of things wrong. So I would just want to make sure that after 22 years in business, I should share with you that basically these are my learning. These are my top 3 or 4 learnings that I've had. That successful entrepreneurs discover gaps and problems in the market, and then they fulfill them, and they figure out relevant gaps essentially in the market and try and fulfill them. The next thing is they are great marketers and innovators. Basically, they innovate solutions, think out of the box, and they're also great marketers and sellers of their own services or products or offers and so on and so forth. And then they leverage frameworks. So they basically figure out a system that works for them. They also try and leverage trends. So this is what I essentially that great entrepreneurs do. And they also model what works. So they do not want to be pioneers in everything. They would want to see that, okay, what is working, and if they can make it better or optimize it, so that they figure out what is working and then model it. All right. So over the last 22 years, and specifically over the last 5 years, I've discovered a lot of things, in a very hard way. And then you get to you can cheat it out here, and then you can have it easily. So this is what I wanted to share. First thing I want to share with you is that, the paid advertisement can work even for a local business. A business which is, trying to make about maybe let's say 50,000 to 1.5 lakh rupees a month, even they can do paid advertisement and make a lot of money. I wasted a lot of my money in doing it, and I figured out, okay, there's a way to do it, profitably. And more than your fixed deposits, more than your stock markets, more than any other form of any other form of investment. The investment in advertising your product is the best way to create the wealth, if you may. Right. So if you can, the return of investment or return on ad spend is the highest in the world. And that's why if you see most of the companies would advertise, they would not park their money in some mutual funds or some, if you are a mutual fund guy here, but I apologize. But the point I'm trying to make you is people put their money to, doing advertisements, right? And it took me 3 years and a lot of money to understand that digital is not a scam. And this lockdown has shown that, digital is such handy thing. There is a business that gets conducted on digital. In fact, the top 5 richest people in the world, are e-commerce players. The richest guy now, Jeff Bezos, is an e-commerce player, is an online player. He makes money by selling goods online. And the number 2 or number 3 guy, Bill Gates, is selling e-commerce products. Essentially, he's selling an information product or a software which is created over the machines and is sold over the machines. And There is no basically offline there as well. So basically, this is what I came to realize, that the world is moving towards digital. And the third thing I understand is that the plain organic traffic sucks in the beginning. You would want to advertise, correctly, build a brand, build your positioning, and you will be on your way to making a lot of money. So if you want the easy way that does not require you to, ever face technology overwhelm or a broken system, then be here, that I will show you the entire easy way to build an entire business. Whether you're an offline player or an online player, I'll show you a system where you can really, really grow, right? So this is what I wanted to show you. In this lockdown itself, uh, we basically have created 1.12 crore of sales for our clients. And this is specifically one client example that I'm sharing. We've made new clients in this lockdown, and we basically were the one who were driving the bargain. So essentially, if you have the right model, it will work during the bad times, but or the different times and so on and so forth. So it's very important that you explore new models while you're exploiting your the current model that you have. All right. And as I said, I don't have to spend time because there's a lot of leverage in digital as well. Awesome. Now, one of the things that I would really say is that if you have the right business model, we can take you 10x in next 12 to 18 months. This is what is the foundation. This is what is the reason that we don't call ourselves a marketing company. We are a business growth company. If you have the right business model, or we can work together to create a great business model for you. Awesome. And basically what it takes to create a 10x model is not a half-hearted effort. It takes that you're ready to go what you call all in. And this is one of my favorite example, is what is all in and what is all in not. All right. But before I get to that, I want to also tell you that I'm not a pioneer. I do not invent things. I believe pioneers are the one who basically have their, who have arrows in their back and their face is lying into the mud. So I don't want to be that guy. I want to be someone who stands on the shoulders of giants and look further than them, and basically optimize and adapt to my situation, my situations. Essentially, this is what I don't want. If you want to 10x your company, this is not going all in for you. If you really want to go all in, this is what all in looks like, right? This is not all in. Essentially, if you want to 10x your business, this is more importantly what you call all in. And this isn't all in. Basically, if you want to take a flight, you want to be really, going for what you would want to go for, right? Or you just want to basically, you're really excited and you really, really want to, be there. Awesome. So if you really want to go all in, then this is essentially the webinar for you. This is essentially, one of the things I can tell you is that why I'm excited still doing it is because this is going to go digital. This is going to go on YouTube or Facebook and a lot of other places. And a lot of things will happen when people watch it later. So this is what makes me very, very excited doing it right now, just for you. Yeah. So when Tony Robbins says that if you want to take the island, burn your boats, make sure that you really all in into what you really want to do, find a good opportunity, basically create a great offer and run your marketing and sales like you won't believe that, there's no tomorrow, and then you're all in. Awesome. So 3 things that I want to share with you is how to explore and exploit your big, next big opportunity, how to create a perfect 10x, offer, and then how to leverage digital. But one of the things that I would try and do is I would try and go backwards. I would want to basically, most of the entrepreneurs are very interested in selling. And trust me, I've been a sales guy. And so I would want to go backwards. And basically, I would just turn around the whole sequence and saying that, hey, how do you create 10x sales? And this is, I believe, the slide that most of the entrepreneurs are most interested when I present this to them. This is the game. This is the place where the whole game resides. So I'll try and give you something that my friends and a lot of my peers have asked that why did I read about 1,000+ books and how did that benefit me? Now, one of the things I can tell you that benefit me is because I know how to sell, whether it is B2B or B2C, right? So basically, this is a slide that allows me to make a lot of money and train a lot of people. I've sold over 100 crores, if not more, of diamond and gold jewelry in 1 year when I was working with Carrot Lane and Bluestone. Now, only reason I was able to do it is because I just taught my team how to be sharp, how to be enthusiastic, and how to come across as an expert. And then I just told them that if they can, basically make the people fall in love with them, their company, which is essentially our company, and with themselves, with essentially themselves, their company, and their product, and the lower the action threshold and raise the pain, they will make most of the sales. And there is this whole start to finish framework that is controlling the sale, that I ask them to keep the sale in control, come across as sharp, enthusiastic, and an expert, and manage the entire decision-making unit. This is one of the secrets that allows me to build sales teams for a lot of other companies much faster and get far higher conversion, much better and higher ticket sales, because I can get this going very, very quickly, right? The next thing that I would want to tell you is that basically you cannot, in today's time, unless you're a B2B company, manpower in India also is going to get expensive. Labor is sometimes not coming back, or over a period of time, the manpower is going to be very, very expensive. So you would want to ensure that when you're B2C, that a lot of the sales would happen automatically, right? It's an automatic e-commerce kind of sales. And we've figured out how to leverage channels, and I'll show you in the case study and in my master framework how you can basically get e-commerce to going for you. I'll show you some live commerce for one of our newly made e-commerce platform from one of our clients. And I'll show you how it's working and how the whole workflow is working, so that you can see the live commerce happening for yourself, and then make a decision whether you would want to go online, or whether and how you can sort of your own business figure out what you call a sequence of success to win, right? Cool. So the next thing is you need to if you let's put it this way. Let's go back. You need to have sales, right? For sales, you need to have leads, right? So leads will come through leveraging channels, through basically attracting traffic, but getting them through what you call your landing pages and online sales funnels. You will have leads. And how do you have leads? By building audience. And how do you build audience? Is on these social media platforms. Everybody is on the social media platforms such as Facebook or LinkedIn or Google, and you can attract them from there into your landing pages and to your sales funnels, and then either sell them automatically, or you can sell them with assisted selling, right? So this is what creates the growth engine for a company. So if you get this part right, you will scale, right? You will really do well. Now there are a few things which entrepreneurs do not do right, or I haven't done right, because I was initially, as I said, a sales guy. And I could cold call and I could get, but that cold calling is dead. Nobody likes a phone call to their, to them in the, working hours and so on and so forth. So this channels work, the traffic works. So basically you can get them through social media platform into the online sales funnels, and now they're interested. All right. However, if you don't have what you call, I think one more thing I'll show you is that's just by doing these three things. All right. I've been able to get, traffic from Facebook, or traffic from email. I've been able to get 7 pre-book sessions, 1 session a day, and 1 closure per day. And currently, a value of a client to me is around 4 to 6 lakh rupees a month, right? So this is what we can achieve from using the Facebook-like platform, getting landing pages and sales funnels, and basically then doing sales. I'll show you all of this, how it is working, how automatic sales is working for one of our clients, and how assisted sales is also working. All right. So next thing is basically we also got it done for a cricket academy. Now the cricket business is not happening right now, but surely it's going to happen in the future. But this is what we were able to get for one of our clients who was running a cricket academy, and we would get 43 new trials per week and 14 new closures. And it was a lot of business for him, because it's a monthly business. A client would make him about 36 to 40,000 rupees a year. So 14 new clients means about 50 new clients a month. 14 new clients a week is around 14 into 4. I'm just trying to calculate. Is about 50 into 40,000 is what he would make a month with us. All right. Cool. Now, if you got your sales process right, but if you don't have a good brand, there is no point in having what you call a great advertisement or great landing pages or great sales team, unless you start to also focus on building your branding and your brand awareness, as they call it, or basically brand communication, they may call it. So you need to have a right and a good brand, and you need to build a good brand for yourself. And there is a very, very smart way to do it at a very, very low cost. At the same time, you need to have what you call an attractive presence or a great positioning. Um, if you are what you call an authority in your field, you will be paid a certain amount of money. But if you are what you call a celebrity authority, you will be paid a hell of a lot more for the same work. So positioning yourself as an expert, as a top guy, always works. So there are ways where whether you're a B2B brand or a B2C brand, you can position yourself as a top guy or top person by making some right, steps or right, sequence of steps. All right. So this is where the success lies. Another thing is that I would want to share with you is when you are launching a new business or a new brand, people are not aware of you. And even though if you are a great brand, like let's say Netflix, and everybody would, if you've not heard of Netflix, then it's okay. But a lot of people, let's say, would have heard. So there is always a cold traffic and a traffic who does not know you available, right? So you need to turn that cold traffic into warm traffic, and then that warm traffic into hot traffic by doing different things. So a lot of the businesses that we work with just want conversion, and they do not want to focus about engaging a client, creating an awareness, or capturing their interest and basically cultivating them. So if you do it right, you will have huge, success. You would have a bigger, far more scalable business that you invest correctly into advertisement with the right strategy, right? So this is another thing that I want to share. So with this, we've been able to charge about 3.7 lakhs. So this is about 6 months back that we've been able to charge, we started charging that amount of money. And for one of our clients, we've been able to sell their milk, which is essentially taking on a bigger competitor like Amul. We've been most expensive in the market in what we do. There are other brands, but this is still at the expensive side compared to Amul selling the top milk at 60 rupees. We were selling it 80 rupees. And believe me, it's only possible if you position it right and you brand it right. Awesome. So far, so good. I just would, wait a bit and would want to ask, is it making sense? Would you want to just give me a thumbs up or something, whether it's making sense for you, so that if I have some energy to go ahead and do what I would want to do? Yeah, is it making sense right now? Cool. And if you are watching it, just tell me if it's making sense if you're there, right? So how do I know you're there is that, you respond yes. So just give me a yes, it's making sense, and then I'll probably get to see it later. Yeah, awesome. Great. So let me just come back and do what I do or what I was doing. All right. I think when you come back, you need to do a few things beforehand. You need to stop the view, correct the view. Okay. Just one sec. Yes, I think we got it right. Hopefully. Yeah. All right. So let's continue. And the next thing is I want to talk to you is that a lot of companies that I know, they would want to jump right into selling. However, they would not take time to create what you call an irresistible offer. There is this whole art and science. So before we go on to selling, we want to ensure that we're going to get good leads, and we want to only do the advertisement to the audience who will be interested in us. And at the same time, build a brand for them, position ourselves, have a great strategy. But what good is everything if you do not have a great offer for the market? If the offer is not great, there is no point in doing the rest of the stuff. So I figured out that you need to bring a great offer. And people, I understood, with a lot of pain buy status. People buy prolific, and people buy a framework. So if you do not have a great framework, if you do not have a great, let's say, gamut of services. For example, let's say Apple, which is a very big brand, but they have a gamut of services. From a phone, they would have accessories around covers and headphones and so on. But they will also have iPad, they will also have MacBook, they will also have high-end desktop systems. So they are an entire ecosystem. So sell an ecosystem, sell a framework. All right, cool. So basically, as I said again, create packages, create stacks, and give them one-stop or one-step solutions, and give them a value ladder. All right, cool. So the last thing I would want to tell you is that, for example, if you do not have a great offer, or if you have a great offer, it's very important that you sort of package it. And there's a lot of money that gets paid for right packaging of the offer. And then only it makes sense that you do, you start to plan your customer acquisition strategy, or your branding, your positioning, or your, ads, or your, basically online funnels, and your, sales team. But if you're not targeting the right opportunity, because the world keeps changing, you may exploit your current opportunity now, but you also need to explore the future, right? We were a sales team depended on, doing cold calling, to becoming this different, because we knew where the world was moving. World is moving to e-commerce, and and the richest people are people who are doing online stuff. For example, Mark Zuckerberg is the fifth richest guy. His all work is selling. All the money he makes, whether it's Facebook or Google, they make their money selling online ads. All right. So cool. So if you do not have a great opportunity right now, you may want to explore one. And this is the map that we use to basically explore and exploit a new opportunity. We figure out what do people want, what is our skill set, and people do not want a product with a lot of features or a lot of benefits or a lot of solutions. They want a product or a service or an offer which essentially is either fulfilling them or basically relieves them of a certain pain, right? So basically, most of the businesses that happen, whether you're B2B or B2C, you either are, a plug point into the, whole cycle, but in most cases, all the products are either relief to a fear or a frustration or a pain or an implication or a strain. At the same time, they could be fulfillment to status or ambitions or dreams or goals or desires. So basically, if you there's a whole system that we've designed, or there's a whole system that you can easily follow, where you can figure out winning products. Now, the next step is that which I would want to really share with you is that even if you have a winning product, you still need to sell it profitably. So because if you're not selling it profitably, you won't be able to sell it for long. So this is another thing that I would want to talk to you is the whole business model is very, very important. Not just your offer and or your solution. What is really important is that your income is far greater than your cost. Because if it is not, you can't be in the business market for long. So basically, we actually help our clients set up a good business framework so they are profitable. And when you're using online and when you design your offers and products well, you are going to be profitable, provided that you are, there's a good match between what what you're selling and what our customers' desires or what our customers' fears. So this is one thing that I wanted to share with you. So basically, there's a whole way that, with few thousand rupees that you can, figure out the next big opportunity. And so if you're a smart entrepreneur, you will invest in, figuring out the next biggest opportunities for yourself. All right. So with that, we were able to do this. We had a client, which is Tanch.com. They had zero revenue in one of their business models because they were not matching the customer's fear and frustration or want or aspiration. But in the second model, they were making 12.5 lakh rupees a month. So this is the kind of work that we do with our clients, and this is the opportunity which is available. All right, cool. So is this making sense for you right now? I mean, for the people who are here, is this made sense so far? Is it added value to you? Has it given you some clarity? If yes, just give me a thumbs up or give me a yes. Awesome. Cool. So let's begin. Let's continue further. I have this case study for you for the research that we did for one of our clients, the model that we followed, and how did we basically model the competition? How did we create ads, and how did we run, and how are we optimizing? And I'd like to run you through this. And at the same time, let me stop the screen right now. Okay. And I would like to share with you a new screen, and I would like to take you through the whole system, all right, and how we've been able to do it. Okay, here you go. Let me just search. So before I show you the orders that we're getting for them, all right, let me show you the research and how it all sort of works out. Okay. basically, this is our model that I had showed you in bits and pieces. This is exactly our model that we follow in creating our business success for our clients. And then we go through doing a lot of research with them. And if you ask me, there are onboarding questions that they answer. There are, I hope the screen is there, right? Yeah, I think the screen is there. Okay. So this is the kind of research that we start to do with the clients. And this research allows me to understand the client really, really deeply. And I'll show you one slide where we've been able to put a lot of information from a client into understanding the business deeply. Now, post that we have this level of deep understanding of a client, we go about searching what are their competition doing in terms of the ads. So once we have been able to do this, then basically what we do is we write our own ads for them. So this, if you can go, I'll show you. For example, today's 29 June. This is the ads that we wrote. So we keep writing the ads over and over again. So this is the ad that we wrote on 23rd May. So basically there's a lot of ad copy that we write. And we write ad copy for what you call hot markets, warm markets, and cold, a cold market as well. All right. So this is the ads that we've written. Then we're running these ads. If you notice, there's a spend that has gone up because of the post-lockdown. The spends have gone up because they're making profits. Who's going to run ads unless they're not making profits? So I'll show you. There is something called, if you know how to run Facebook ads, you would have heard it's an easy thing or whatever. But there's something called dynamic ads. There are a lot of people who make a lot of money just selling this one part of the solution, which is running dynamic ads. And I'll try and show you from the whole thing. Let it load. So if you notice that we're running different campaigns, we switch off a few campaigns, we're switching on. So this is the lead cost. Now 54 rupees is the lead cost that you saw for one of the campaigns and 100 rupees for one more campaign. All right, I'll show you the results that we're getting. But if you notice, what is happening actually is we're running a dynamic ad and different cities are costing me differently. So Gurgaon is coming expensive, but Noida is coming very, very cheap. So the point is basically depending on the competition, it can so happen. I'll just also like to show you, if this is making sense for you, that we run what you call dynamic ads. All right. So I think you go here. And I'm just trying to take you a little more deeper into how this whole stuff gets done. All right. So this is using 6 different graphics. We're running these ads using 6 different graphics. So Facebook decides, basically Facebook would keep showing different of these ads to people, and then it will figure out what you call, they will show it dynamically, and they'll figure out which of these ads is a winner. And the winning ad is one we keep, and we keep creating more ads, which are similar to a winning ads. All right. Right now, as much as I can tell you, this is a winning ad which nobody likes, but this is a graphic that's winning. Okay. Now this is where the clients come in. This is a place. This is what is called our landing page. They come in here. I've got some stats for you. If you allow me to show, these are the number of leads that we have produced, which is 628 from 14th April to 29th 29th May, which is today. So this is live tracking everything. Let me show you some cool stuff. These leads come in and then they buy from this page, which is paydairy.com. This is our collection. And I'll also show you the real commerce happening. So if you notice, there's this whole commerce happening every day, which is these are today's orders. And I've not refreshed them, but so basically, after spending 100 rupees for a lead, if I'm getting, let's say on a 50%, if I spend 300 rupees to 400 rupees on getting this guy or getting anyone, and knowing these guys will buy from me at least 100 times a year, is it worth spending 400 rupees to get these? I'm just right now live showing you that I'm not spending more than 100 rupees getting anyone. But let's say my lead conversion is 25%, so that makes it 400 rupees. But knowing that these guys will buy with me averagely 100 times a year, right? Because once a buyer of products like milk or cheese will keep buying. is it worth it as a business model to go on and do it? So that's my question to you. All right. Now, of course, we build all sites in all the format. They look pretty much world class in a certain sense. So this is what we create for our clients, right? And let me just show you the orders that we've been getting. Here you go. So if you notice, these are offline orders that we're getting from yesterday. I got 31 new orders, right? And 28 orders were delivered yesterday for scheduled and delivered today, but 31 new orders. And this is not something which is one time. If I show you a few more things, it's going to come and do it. And this is our main communication channel with the client. 23 new orders. Again, it says 33 new orders. And if you've seen any of these presentations in the past, the numbers were around 10 to 15. Now we've doubled it. We'll probably double it again. And this is different from our online orders, which are happening as we speak. All right. So this has happened around at the beginning of the seminar and whatever. All right. So cool. This is what I wanted to share. I hope this made sense to you. This gives you some clarity on. I'm stop sharing my screen now. So this give you a clarity on what and how the whole digital game is played. Is it making sense for you now? Awesome. Okay, great. Now, another thing that I want to show is how it sort of works. Now, one of the things that we have focused is what does it cost to build a business like this? A business which may, where there can be expense of about 400 rupees. And in the first order, where the order value is about 1200 rupees, and imagine a margin of about 40%, right? Which is making me no profit, all the other. But knowing that these people will buy a minimum, if not 100, like I said, but 50 times, that is, they're actually buying that amount of time, would it make sense for me to put a business like this? So this is my main question that I would have for you. All right. Cool. So let's go further and let's show you a few more things, if that makes sense, and how this whole deal happens. All right. So this deal all happens when I think I need to just do one more thing. Cool. And take it here. I'd like to read this comment. Yeah, great. Awesome. So we covered this part. Now the next part is I think I'm sorry I lost the whole connection. I think I'm back. Can you see me live right now, Sanjay? Can you see me?
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's continue a little bit here and then share the stuff. Here you go. Awesome. So we convert this. So let me just ask you that if any of you is feeling a little bit like this person, this small cute girl, um, and I hope that you spend this time so far is good. It's adding value to you, and that basically there's a lot of stuff that if I have this one whole day, I mean, I won't be able to cover it fully. And I have something, a special offer. If you'd like me to show you the offer, I'll be happy to show you. And if you act fast on that offer, I'm going to give you a very, very special deal. So would you want me to show you the offer? So if you don't want me to show you the offer, it's fine. It's not for me, it's for you. And I would like to take you through this offer very quickly, maybe in next 20 minutes. And so I just need some yeses, or else we can close the webinar right now. So Mr. Shankar or Mr. Sarda, if you would like me to show you, just give me a yes. I'll be happy to show you what I have installed for you. I'm not sure if you're responding or not, but are you responding? Not sure.
Yes, Mr. Agarwal has said yes.
Okay, awesome. So let me just show you what I have for you. I think I'm having deep challenges with this. Atul, can you hear me? I think I'm losing connection again and again.
No, you're there.
I think you would want to stop my presentation and then probably put the PDF on here, because I think the presentation is going to be hanging again and again. So you have could you do that? Could you put on PDF?
Just a moment, I'll need to download the PDF.
Okay. Cool.
You can stop sharing. I'll put on the presentation.
Yeah, I think what you have to do is you got to remove me as a co-host and stop the presentation, because I think it's what do you call it, jammed here right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are you able to see this now?
Yes.
So let me just go to the next slides.
Yeah, it's far cooler to do it when somebody else does it.
So just tell me where are we. So once
Please go ahead.
you done the case study, here you were, right?
Next slide, yes. So yes.
All right.
So basically, I have something which is called a 10x framework for you guys. So just let's get to the next slide. Now, I just want to tell you here very, very quickly, whenever you would want to create a great business, the first thing is that you need to have a lot of intelligence gathering done. For example, I showed you that we did at a very deep level, and we realized that we do about 21 different forms of understanding a business before we can do marketing or copywriting or designing for the business. We would also want to be very, very sure whether what do you call, there's a problem solution match or a product market fit for the business, whether the business model is viable so that they can pay for themselves and pay for the entire marketing effort. And a lot of businessmen would come and tell me that, okay, what would you charge? And I would turn around and say, how profitable are you going to be? Because unless you're profitable, there is no point in basically doing the marketing or the branding or whatever. And there are ways to figure that out. Of course, there's always a risk, but there are ways to figure out through by designing a business model on an Excel sheet and figuring out your product market fit beforehand, at how much profitability looks like. And then you divide it by 2, and then over the 5 years, multiply it by 5, because that's how the sort of the model works. And then you do testing and iteration of the whole problem solution mix. And unless we have a winning offer or a winning product to which the market is responding profitably, we do not go ahead and do any designing of customers acquisition strategy. Of course, we're going to design some level of product assets or marketing assets, but will not come up with a full customer acquisition strategy. Atul, can you put to the next slide, please?
Yeah.
And then once we have this going, we would want to basically then when you have this going, we would want to start doing publishing. You would want to start doing what you call SEO. You would want to run the cold, warm, and hot ads, and then you would want to build your platform, like your funnels or your websites or your e-commerce site. And then is where you would want to do this marketing or marketing automation of retargeting ads and email automation. So unless you have this product market fit, it does not make sense to do all of this. This is what I would say. Another thing that you would want to build then is a CRM. Then you would want to build an application or an app. You've seen this word called WhatsApp. It's an app, right? So WhatsApp is a communication app. So you would want to have this for your business. Then you would need a sales team if it's an e-commerce product. If it's a high ticket size product, you would need a sales team. And then probably you would also need a customer service team. And then you would need to have analytics. And then you would need to have what you call your optimization. So basically, we'll help you find your next opportunity, and this is what is the value of doing that. Then the next thing we'll do for you is we'll basically also create your irresistible offer. We would also then do your run your marketing and sales, or establish your marketing and sales. Now realize that unless you basically you've figured out a great product market fit, there is no point in creating a great offer. Unless you have a great offer, there is no point in creating marketing and sales, right? And the next step is then, of course, we don't have the marketing and sales. There's no point in creating a CRM or a sales team. So basically, it's a very sequential process. That's why I've laid down the full value. So the total value of doing this would come around, let's say about, Atul, can you show me the total value? The next is going to be about 15 lakhs. Now, this is the value of putting a right business. If you want to do a business which is going to run into multiple lakhs or multiple crores a year, then this is what is a one-time fees of doing it. Now, to run the business every month, you would want to build on your next opportunity. Maybe you would want to, maybe you would want to. You would also want to, what you call optimize your offer over a period of time, because nothing gets optimized or works the best the first time. So you'd want to keep doing it. You would also want to keep running your ads and your funnels and your websites every month. And you would want to have a sales team which is going to bring you. Now this totals around, let's say 7 lakhs or something. But this is what is that you would want to have in terms of your business. All right. So if you don't have this amount of money, if you don't want to spend this amount of money, and believe that you want to have a multi-crore business, it sort of doesn't work like that. All right. So the next slide, please, sir. Now, it has worked for my clients. It has worked for clients such as Cricket Academy or a milk dairy company or a business coach, for ourselves, for a jewelry company, for a dry fruit company, for a leverage platform, which Atul runs. And I have two choices, essentially, if in terms of making this. So my two choices are, if you go to the next slide, is that I basically, go as cheap as possible and try to sell to as many as people, but then it would not incentivize me to really build a stack of value for our clients. And at the same time, the second investment is that it's going to require some investment from your side. And in exchange, I can devote my resources and my time and guarantee you success. So this is a very sequential system that we follow. Yeah. So the next thing we would have here is there are a few testimonials which we would have from these folks. These are CXO level executives from our company. I think it's a PDF. So let's get to the next testimonial as well. I think I will send you in the recording the whole PDF for the people who joined in. But this guy essentially is the Abhinav is AIMS topper. He's a top level doctor and a top level MBA grad from Columbia University. He stays in Los Angeles and is one of my clients from last 4 years. And he's the one I've added huge value. He intends to be a multimillionaire. He's into investment banking. And so that's what he has to say about marketing and sales that I would have. All right. So the next thing is that Basically, this is exactly, if you can run through this in total, Atul. This is what's going to cost you one-time fees. This is the value. And of course, I'm not going to charge our clients this much right at this stage because we want to build more and more case studies and success studies. But this is the value of the whole thing. And at the same time, this is the value of a monthly value that comes out to be. And then if you go to the next slide, we would also build an attractive persona for our clients, attractive positioning as an added bonus. So the total value of one time goes up to about 20 lakhs. And then the second thing is that we'll also be able to create all your product assets, all your designing of all your product assets so that they're ready to be marketed. You may have 100, maybe you have 10, maybe you have 5, but we'll create every sort of product description, product graphics, product videos. Yeah. So total value comes down to be about, let's say, all of these things that we'll put together for you is around 21 lakhs. And then, of course, we're not going to charge you right now this amount of money. But if you take the monthly number, it's going to be 8 lakhs. Let me show you the slide that what is our offer was. But before I do that, let me ask you this question: is that hey, if you want to set up multi-crore business, my fees to Harvard is about 33 lakhs. And if you want to set up multi-crore business, would it be worth to you to spend that amount of money? And if you don't aim to set up let's say multi-lakhs or a multi-crore business a year, then of course this offer isn't for you. But if you really would want to, would that kind of money would make sense for you, or spending that kind of money would make sense for you, right? So then the next thing is your marketing. Now let me also ask you, for example, a new client to me is worth 4 lakh rupees. What is a new client worth to you? If you're in a B2B business, let's go ahead. If you are in a B2B business, how much is the new client worth to you? And let's say if you're in a B2C business, how much is a client worth to you over a period of 1 year to maybe 5 years, right? How much would you pay to get 1,000 B2C clients? How much would 1,000 B2C clients or business to consumer clients, if you're in a consumer business, if you are in a business to business business, how much 10 new business to business clients be totally worth to you? So that's the question that I would want to ask you. That's the main rhythm in doing all this, right? So let's get to the next slide. And you can see basically clients pay me about 4.5 lakh rupees a month to 12 lakh rupees a quarter. And we also charge them 10% of the sales commission because some people are not able to pay the high upfront fee. So basically we charge them as a commission. And we know that after charging a certain fixed and then a certain variable, we're able to sort of get money for them first, because if they are profitable only, then they will give us this revenue sharing, right? So imagine creating 45 lakh rupees of sales the first time. Maybe you don't make money, or maybe you make very little money the first time. But if I put together the system for you, and that you can do this 45 lakh rupees of sales every time and grow and create a lot of profits, because the one-time fee is about 25 lakhs. But after that, the system is set and you can sort of create multi-crore business out of that. Yeah. Cool. So you can say that the deal is good at 20 lakhs, but we may not charge you 20 lakhs. We'll be happy to charge, people around 12 lakh rupees a quarter in one-time fees. But if you're special, here's a special offer that I would have for you, which is we're happy to do it at 6.7 lakh rupees today. And basically, you can break down the payment in a certain sense, but 6.7 lakhs instead of 25 lakhs is what we would have to offer you. And what I'll do is I will put this link in the, I think, cool, finally, I think my system started to work. What I'll do is, Atul, I will paste this link in the chat.
Okay.
And yeah. I'll just put this link in the chat and let's see how it goes. How do you do chat? Is this. All right, so this is a link that you would want to go. And I'm not promising that we would work with every company, but here is something that we basically do. Is that we would want you to go, if you would want you to go to this link, there's an application form in that link. And if you fill up that application form, we will then get in touch with you and figure out whether we would want to it's a win-win for you. It's worth for you to making, spending this amount of money. and whether you can make 10x out of it in a year's or 18 months time. If not, then we're not a great match. If you don't have a forward momentum, then we would not want to work. But if it is great match, we would love to work, right? So next slide, please, Atul. And then instead of 8 lakh, we will charge you 3.7 lakh rupees a month for running your entire business, your entire sales, entire marketing, entire customer service. So that's what we have to offer you. Then we have another bonus, if you were to, let's say if you were to work together, it's around 3 lakh rupees of value, which is do all the automation of your business. Your whole business can be run then from a, what do you call a WhatsApp. I'll show you, there's a whole Shopify store that I run. So while I'm talking to you, I would know whether, what is my sales today and how it's going today. Here is how it works. Let me just let the screen pull up. But the whole system runs out of this one phone. And here is the sales. If you can show you the sales for this month, it's showing 3.15 lakh rupees of sales in this month. So basically, this whole thing comes down to one mobile device, and that's how cool it is to run your business, right? So again, I would want to repeat for you, what is going to get is that we'll actually help you figure out your opportunity, your offer, your marketing and sales, your CRM and sales team, your, basically the next thing, yeah. Your basically your positioning, your product assets, and your technology integration. So this is all the things that you'll go and get. Instead of 24 lakh rupees, we'll do it in about 7 lakh rupees. And then we'll manage your monthly business in a lot less money. Instead of 7 or 8 lakhs, we'll charge you about 4 lakh rupees. Yeah. So next slide, please. Right. So this is what you get. And now, as I said, I have two choices. First choice I have is that do nothing. I mean, you have two choices essentially, is that you do nothing. And do not take this leap of faith. It's 100% risk-free. All you have to do is go to the web page and file up an application. We'll only get started if it's a good product market match. And then we two as a company are a great match for each other. If we aren't, then we won't, of course. Right? So if you would then need to put up this investment for, which is about 6.7 lakhs, but we would be able to put up together a multi-lakh rupees a month business for you, right? And we would do it in a very strategic way so that you know that the risk isn't there and we have our skin in the game with you. Yeah. Okay. And then one of the things that we guarantee is that if you feel like it's not working out and you've done through 5 sessions with us and still you believe it's not going to work out, your whole money gets refunded, because we just want to make sure that we would want to work with people who are like-minded and who would want to take it in business to the next level. Yeah. So I just want to ask you, is this real question here is not putting the money. The real question is that, you put together your form, you send us the application, and we will evaluate your application. We'll come back to you if you're a great match. We'll ask you a couple of more questions initially. In fact, we'll onboard you correctly. And then if you're a great match, we'll go ahead. And then you would want to figure out how the whole system works out. We've shown you one example. We'll show you a couple of more examples of how we've done it for other companies and how we can do it for you. Yeah. So basically, you can go. I've pasted this link on the chat window. You can go and click this one and go ahead. So next. Well, if you don't sign up immediately, what do you lose? You don't lose much. Basically, you miss the bus in this post-lockdown era. Second thing is, I believe universe loves speed. If you have this discussion with us, you send it. If you're ready as a business, or if you are exploring, we'll put you through the right training programs. If you're not totally ready, but if you're ready, we'll jump in and we'll work and we'll create wealth for you and wealth for ourselves, right? And the third thing is, we will not be doing this discount packages, because this is a lockdown era. We understand that people will be not very, very heavily inclined to pay the investment. Just in this January before the lockdown, we were able to charge, as I said, about 4 lakh rupees a month, just simply, for our clients, and then top it up with, equity into the company and so on and so forth. So I just want to tell you, I'm nothing special. I'm a regular guy who basically cannot run everything without the team. I can't do my own designing, so I have a team who does the designing for me. And basically, I put together a framework, and this framework is where the power is. I've spent years and years, like over 2 decades in sales, and over 4 years in building this whole system, which allows me to create value for my clients and then capture value for myself. Cool. And if you don't want to spend 22 years selling or learning this, you have the shortcut. I've spent about 25 to 30 lakh rupees just building the framework, and now I believe it's going to give me great value back because I'm able to create great value for my clients. Yeah. Cool. So there's another thing that we'll do entire intelligence gathering of your system for as a bonus within that value of about 7 lakh rupees. Right? If you were to hire me as a corporate executive, I would have charged you about 7 lakh rupees a month. This is because we're a business and we know that we can run multiple businesses. So this is where the discount comes in, that we'll charge you only 7 lakh rupees. And this is another thing that is added to the whole, whole gamut, right? So cool. So what are you going to get? You have very, very huge clarity. All of these things that I've mentioned and all these bonuses absolutely free, which is worth 25 lakh rupees, but we're going to do it all of this in 7 lakh rupees for you. Yeah. And all the monthly work, which is about 7 lakh rupees again, or 8 lakh rupees, will do all of this monthly work. And I may have something even more special for you very quickly. I would just want to show you for people, if you would want to fill up your application, this is only for today that I would want to do. Please show it, Atul. Is that we can in fact go down to as low as 2.27 lakh rupees plus 10% revenue sharing for the rest of the 4 lakhs. So basically, we would put our skin in the game for you. We'll build asset, which at our own company would cost us about the same amount, but 2.5 lakh rupees to do all the work, and we'll put our skin in the game with you. Then we will only, of course, do it if we know that you will make money. And that's why we're putting up it as a revenue sharing, right? And even our monthly fees can go down and come up as a revenue sharing. And then of course, there's a huge upside for us because we know we will only do it if we can make money for you. All right. So, right. So this is what it is. So if you were to file up the application, that's where it is. And if you have any question, I'll be happy to answer.
Happy evening.
Happy evening.
Sorry, I had joined a bit late, around 6:19 I joined.
Okay.
And I have missed out the initial primary information, which would have been very much important.
Sure. So we will have this as a recording.
Yes.
Getting recorded. And this is also live on the Facebook as we speak. So I think after this session, about in 10 minutes, you can watch it live on the Facebook on eGrowth page and on the 10x page. But we'll also have the YouTube video, and I would send you back the YouTube, replay video for about limited time. You can watch it there as well.
Because I have been waiting to watch this since over 1 month when I have been on one of the event webinar of Mr. Atul.
Yes.
I was impressed with that, and I have been waiting, but I have missed out 20 minutes in the initial.
You will have it.
The information what you have shared is convincing, appealing, and rather I was happy that it was not a presentation, it was more of a like one-to-one thing.
Sure thing.
Me being the only one audience.
That's how the world works.
You're the only one who stayed behind.
And that's a good thing, because I tell you what, the client who signed up, I mean, there's a client who signed up last week. She wasn't there on the live calls. And of course, after that she signed, I asked her, of course, she told me that she had watched one of the webinars with Atul. She told me that she watched the presentation about 5 times before calling me up. So, when you are a great mix, because this is a partnership that we are working on, and unless it's a great, match, sort of doesn't work for anyone. So if it's for it to work, it works with few people. And then, of course, there are a lot of discussions. There are a lot of questions. We're happy to answer them for people who are serious. And if you ask me, the whole we've been able to put together. This is huge.
So Ashish, I think I've got a suggestion here. So Agarwal sir, if you could maybe ask us a few questions that could be helpful to resolve if there are any. You can definitely see the video after some time.
Yes.
But you will have some questions. You can ask questions. Yeah.
I would take the opportunity right away of 45 and 60 seconds to introduce myself.
Yeah, please.
From which perspective I am looking out for this presentation.
Yeah.
I'm a 52-year-old commerce graduate, born and brought up in Hyderabad. From the commercial business perspective, we run a company called Wash On. It is into pure dry clean and laundry business, a service segment, a premium quality what we provide. Our end target, the targeted customers are middle class and upper middle class. We being a 5-year-old organization, the HNA group does not still trust to us, which it takes own time. Over the period of 5 years, we have started with one store for 3 years. We did not want it to expand. We want to check the pulse of the customer, and we are good at that. Now we have 4 stores in Hyderabad city. अंधे को तो आंख चाहिए और आप डिजिटल की बात कर रहे हो, इसके अलावा कुछ और होता नहीं है. हम कितनी भी होशियारी कर ले, digital is going to be the ball game in future. And as in one of your slides, what you have said, the early we take action. Yes, that is the interest on day-to-day basis. I have been trying to reach for the best possible consultant or an agency or an institution which can match to our objectives. Because
So,
as you said, we need to match.
Sure. So Agarwal ji, right now you said you got 5 outlets, right?
4 outlets.
4 outlets. And is it that you are taking orders only on the counter, or you also have an online interface?
Pick up and delivery.
Pick up and
We
delivery.
are not pick up and delivery and on the counter.
Okay, fantastic. And typically, what is the turnaround time?
5 days.
5 days. And are you serving only Hyderabad or Hyderabad and Secunderabad or some Rangareddy district?
अतुल जी, आप ऑलरेडी हैदराबाद एयरपोर्ट देखे हो, तो आप एयरपोर्ट पे काम किया हुआ है, आप जानते हो मैं हैदराबाद तक ही रहना चाहता हूँ. कारण ये पॉइंट नंबर 1, हैदराबाद में पोटेंशियल है.
Right.
Still, even if we open 50 more stores within next 2 years, 50 stores in 2 years, I will have the potentiality to serve all these 50 stores and back end the workshop.
So why I was asking this is, instead of opening 50 stores, you continue with 4 to 5 to 10 stores, and you build one online store, and through that one online store you cater to the entire Hyderabad, Secunderabad twin city.
मैं धन्यवाद करता हूं आपके अनुभव का. कारण क्या है सर, अभी 20 कंपनीज जो ऑनलाइन काम करती थी बंद हो गई है. हमारा जो बिजनेस है ना, नेबरहुड बिजनेस टाइप का है, कि बगल में हमारे किराने की दुकान हो, बगल में हमारा धोबी. इमोशनल जो है ना, कस्टमर का जो माइंडसेट जो है, वो सामने दिखता है तो बिकता है वाली बात है. यस, वी वुड बी प्रोसेसिंग द गुड्स समवेयर एल्स, लेकिन उसको सामने दुकान दिखनी चाहिए.
I agree to what you are saying.
जी सर.
अभी so Ashish would actually so I'm not an authority here. मैं तो केवल
आपका भी इतना अनुभव है आपका, और आशीष जी का भी अनुभव है.
बिल्कुल.
आज से जब 5 हफ्ता पहले आपके पास में सेशन हुआ था वेबिनार का, जब से मैं इंतजार कर रहा था आशीष जी को पकड़ने का.
तो आशीष जी इतने आराम से पकड़ में नहीं आते.
जी, थैंक यू टू यू.
My pleasure, sir. But what the point which I'm making here is, see, before 2016, जब तक कि हमारे demonetization नहीं हुआ था, तब तक हम नोट की खुशबू सूंघने के बिना उसको हम नोट खर्चते भी नहीं थे. Right? From then till today, the consumer behavior has changed. Right?
True.
पिछले 2 महीनों में, आज today I think it is 66th day of the lockdown, at least in Delhi. ठीक है, तो ये 2 महीने से ज्यादा हो गया. इसमें आप बताइए कितने नेबरहुड किराना वाला के पास जाकर आपने सामान खरीदा. राइट. So this itself has forced people to start thinking in a different fashion, and this is the time when you start communicating to people, and this is where Ashish can support. आशीष ने भी बताया कि जी वो ये जो है अमूल जैसा ब्रांड जो है उसको हेड ऑन ले रहा है. ठीक है ना, अमूल जैसा ब्रांड उसको हेड ऑन ले रहा है. अमूल 60 रुपए में बेचता है, वो 80 रुपए में बेचते हैं. राइट. सो जस्ट लुक एट दैट. And on top of it, I think you should have one-on-one conversation with Ashish. Ashish has an awesome, so I'm giving from my personal experience. Okay? ये जो पिछले 5 हफ्ते नहीं, सॉरी, आज कितने,
मैं एक चीज देखो अतुल जी, इसको आप जो बोलना चाह रहे हो,
हाँ जी,
अपने लोग मारवाड़ी हिंदू लोग हैं, चावल के 2 दाने दबा के देख लेते हैं कि पूरी घान कैसी है।
एग्जैक्टली, बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं आप। तो वो कहानी जो है ना, तो आप ये मान लीजिए, आपने करीब 5-6 हफ्ते इंतजार किया, और आज जबकि और कोई नहीं है तो भी आप वो 2 दाने दबाकर बैठे हो, राइट?
पकड़ के
तो
बैठा हूं, पकड़ के
अर्थात ये चावल का जो बोरी है वो आपको पसंद आई है।
आई है।
ठीक है ना जी? तो मैं सिर्फ ये कह रहा हूं, इस बोरी को कहो कि जी 1 कटोरी दे आपको, आप उसको पकाकर खाकर देखें, उसके बाद में आप बोरी का ऑर्डर दें।
बिल्कुल, मैं अभी यही है कि एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म फिलअप करता हूँ,
राइट,
प्राइमरी लेवल की मेरी इंफॉर्मेशन देता हूँ,
हाँ जी,
शादी ब्याह करने के पहले इलू इलू तो आज चालू करता हूँ मैं।
बिल्कुल,
स्टेप बाय स्टेप आई एम लुकिंग आउट फॉर association with such kind of team who has got creativity which can become a memory lock. I'm impressed with the creativity and designing done by him.
so I would
लेकिन
like
क्या
to,
होता है अतुल जी, कोई भी डिसीजन हम लेते हैं, उसको
हाँ जी,
डिसीजन कायम रहना है व्यापार में।
बिल्कुल,
पीरियड बहुत अनसर्टन है,
बिल्कुल,
कस्टमर इंडिसिसिव है,
बिल्कुल जी,
मैरिज इज गुड फॉर बोथ, डाइवोर्स इज गुड फॉर नन। हम ऐसा
Ab-
लेके चले, दिन प्रतिदिन आगे बढ़ते रहे, फिर 2 महीने में मैं कुछ कहानी बना के रोकूं और मेरी कंपनी प्रॉब्लम में आ जाए या व्यापार प्रॉब्लम में आ जाए, दैट इज नॉट ए इंटेलिजेंट मूव। यस,
absolutely,
आई एम
absolutely,
इंटरेस्टेड विद आशीष।
राइट,
अग्रवाल सर, मैं आपको अपना नंबर भेज रहा हूँ चैट में, आप आराम से व्हाट्सएप मौका
जी,
देखिए, टाइम देखिए, हम व्हाट्सएप पे बात कर लेते हैं एक बारी।
यस,
I will be happy to show you. I'll be more than happy to, share all the sequence and everything. There is a lot of back-end work when we speak one-to-one. I will be able to share. This is how it has worked for one other company, another company, another company, and then we will only move ahead when we are very sure that you will make money.
आई अंडरस्टैंड, आई गॉट द मैसेज फ्रॉम द प्रेजेंटेशन। और
And
मैं
last, I will say that
एक आशीष जी, अगर आपकी परमिशन हो तो कैन आई शेयर समथिंग?
sure, please go ahead.
Thanks. So, Agarwal sir, I'd like to share something from my personal experience. All right. 24 मार्च को जिस दिन मोदी जी ने लॉकडाउन डिक्लेयर किया, 25 तारीख को मैंने पहला वेबिनार होस्ट किया था। राइट, उससे पहले डिड नॉट हैव एनी एक्सपीरियंस। तो मैंने पहला सुबह तो कर दिया, उसके बाद में आई वेंट टू आशीष कि भाई मैंने कर तो दिया, अब इसके आगे क्या करना है। So I kept on getting small feedback from him every now and then. And first, as a courtesy, he said, तुम मेरे ये पैसे एडवांस रखो, इस फ्राइडे को मैं लीड करूंगा। Okay, we did not have any experience. As a framework, as a friendly thing, he did this. उसके बाद में he continued doing it for 4 weeks. As of today, he has already made 10 times the investment what he made into e-growth. This is the first success story. दूसरी सक्सेस स्टोरी, आशीष ने ना केवल खुद किया, आशीष का एक कस्टमर है, एक कोच जो कि आशीष का कस्टमर है, आशीष ने उसको रेफरेंस दिया। दैट कस्टमर केम टू e-growth और उन्होंने भी एक सेशन लीड किया, शायद आप रहे होंगे उसके लिए, मिस्टर जीवन पंत। ठीक है, उन्होंने उस एक दिन में, मींस एक सेशन में, there were 9 people who signed for his program and he sold that program for 7,000 rupees per head. 7,000 into 9 कितना हुआ? That's around 63,000 rupees.
63,000।
तो ये करीब आधे पौने घंटे की प्रेजेंटेशन जो उन्होंने दी, उतने में लेकर गए। Alright, so I am saying from my personal experience that what Ashish is doing, मैंने उसका स्वाद चखा है। Beyond that, I'll not share much. ठीक है ना? Beyond that, I will suggest that you have a conversation with Ashish and then take it from there.
Yes.
और एक चीज और मैं श्योर करूंगा आपको, if at all you have any issues with Ashish, you can come back to me. We'll sort it out.
देखिए जी, हर समस्या का समाधान है, सामने एड्रेस करना है. आइदर आई विल हैव टू गेट कन्विंस्ड और आई विल हैव टू कन्विंस हिम विद द आइडिया. सिंपल है.
एब्सोल्युटली जी.
और कुछ नहीं है. और I can assure and commit at this time of moment. I'm starting association with Ashish at this time of moment. अब इस एसोसिएशन और इस रिलेशनशिप को आगे लेके चलते चलते न जाने प्रभु ने कब टाइम निर्धारित किया है कमर्शियल ट्रांजैक्शन के लिए. मैं व्यापारी हूं, ये समझता हूं कि द अर्ली आई कैन स्पेंड विद माय पॉकेट साइज, द अर्ली आई कैन मेक माय पॉकेट साइज बिगर.
एब्सोल्युटली सर. पैसे की नियति ही ऐसी है, जितना जाता है उतना ही आता है, उससे ज्यादा आता है.
ऐसा है सर. अभी जैसा आपने बोला 2016 के पहले हम नोट सूंघ करके स्पेंड करने लगे. उसके बाद में अब कोविड के बाद में तो ऐसा हो गया कि मतलब पैसा रख करके भी नहीं है बोलते.
एब्सोल्युटली.
मैं आपको वायदा कर, आई एम अ थरो जेंटलमैन, आई एम मेकिंग अ प्रॉमिस, आई एम स्टार्टिंग अ एसोसिएशन रिलेशनशिप विद आशीष जी राइट अवे. अब कमर्शियल ट्रांजैक्शन कब होता है मैं नहीं बता पाएगा, but equally I am interested and sincere to it.
See, let us look at it like this. Let us not talk about the commercial transaction at this stage. Let us take one step at a time.
जी.
ठीक है ना. एक एक स्टेप कर कर ही दोस्ती बनती है. Right? As they say, Rome was not built in a day.
Agreed.
So let us take that first step. You've already taken 2 steps. एक दफा उसको पहले सुना आपने, दूसरी बार आज फिर से सुन रहे हो. You've already taken 2 steps. So from my side, congratulations and thank you for doing that.
आशीष जी के मन में 1% भी शंका नहीं होगी मैंने जो अभी एक्सप्रेस किया है.
सर देखिए, वैल्यू क्रिएट अगर हम आपके लिए करते हैं तो वो हमारी खुशनसीबी है. और अगर वैल्यू क्रिएट कर सकेंगे तो बाकी सब चीजों की मतलब भगवान
they will fall in line sir.
तो लेट्स फिगर आउट वेयर यू कैन, आई मीन कहते हैं ना, वेयर वी कैन शो यू द मनी एंड वेयर वी कैन सी योर बिजनेस ग्रोथ. देन रेस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स आर over a period of time. So over all the things we can speak about 5 times, 10 times. We are absolutely open, very very patient around that. आपके जो भी सवाल हैं कैसे करना है, हमने दिन भर दिन इस बिजनेस के अंदर पूरा.
आशीष जी, मैं क्या हूँ, मेरा व्यापार क्या है, माइलस्टोन 90 दिन, 180 दिन, 270 दिन, 365 दिन में हर क्वार्टर कहाँ जाना है हमने एक दिशा तय कर रखी है. वो आपको साथ शेयर करना है. उसमें आप फ्यूल कैसे ऐड करते हो, वो फ्यूल में कैसे स्पार्क हमारा कस्टमर इधर पकड़ता है, उसमें सांड गांठ मिला के आगे चलनी है. मेरी ये समझ है सिंपल सी जी.
बिल्कुल सही है. तो एक बार बैठ के बात कर लेते हैं. शायद आपका अभी नंबर मैंने नोट कर लिया है,
तो मैंने शेयर भी किया उसमें.
हाँ जी, ये 555 जो एंडिंग में 555.
यस करेक्ट.
और
जी सर.
And Atul, thank you so much once again. I appreciate it.
Thank you Atul ji for connecting such wonderful gem. Thank you.
Sir, you join e-growth के ऊपर लड़ी लगी हुई है wonderful gems की.
बिल्कुल. I have no second thought on it.
Yes sir. Thank you.
Ashish ji, God bless you. Thank you.